everyone, welcome back to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. My name is Magic. I am going to be playing Don't Worry About It, you'll find out later. And I am here with my very lovely friend and co-host.
I'm Arthur. I'll be playing the bird. You know the one. You know the one, the bird.
The bird.
That fucking chicken.
Yeah. Uh...
Actually, the fucking chicken is their cousin. This is the ticked off chicken. It completely off topic, but the other day I was riding in the car with my father, like my in real life father, and I was telling him about the concept of TFC, and he was like, you should give them a long lost cousin," and I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Funky." I was like, "Do you want me to make the funky chicken the character in my intricate and very strange lore for my chicken character?" And he was like, "Yes." So this is maybe something I should have saved for off recording, but like,
I, it's fine. It'll be a delightful treat for our friends later. God.
God. Later, there's like a Darth Vader type character named I am Funky. Plot twist: the villain for TFC story is the Funky Chicken. Are you okay over there?
I'm fine. I'm dying. Oh, I'm fucking dead. Okay. This is
I love
fine.
you very much.
God, I love you too. God. Ah.
What are we doing again?
Hey, TUC, where the fuck are your glasses? Oh, God.
Well, that is the question, isn't it? Because they had them, and now they don't. Normally, they would be on their face. They are not. So, you can imagine the kind of stress they're under.
Alright. TUC, I'd imagine you're probably out in, like, a decently crowded area, because where the fuck have you put your glasses? Where
Hmm.
the fuck have they gone? You were out today, you were doing something, maybe a bit of shopping, get some food, get some of those, like, things you can't really grow in a garden, uh, and it's just, where the fuck are your glasses? Hello?
I think actually what it was is because it's currently wintertime, they can't grow shit. They were actually buying produce and like hating every second of it. And like they were sad enough that they have to spend money on things that they should be able to just have, regardless of the weather, because that's not how gardens work, but they just should. Um, and like in the middle of like stomping down the road, they're like, "Wait, I'm angry and everything's blurry." As I'm getting less angry, things are still blurry. Shit.
God. TUC, would you like to do a perception check?
Could it be at disadvantage because you know that thing where like when you're used to having glasses and then you don't have them, like everything's worse than if you didn't have glasses in the first place because you know what everything should look like?
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. And without the lens of the uh eagles, uh TOC's perception is a lowly +7.
A lowly +7. I stare at the camera. A lowly +7.
There we go. That's a 9.
The other one was a 26 for context. Uh,
Chicken is broken.
God. Alright, TOC. TOC. Oh boy. You kind of like look around. Alright, first of all, you have no idea where the fuck you are. Um,
Mm.
everything's blurry, there's a lot of people, and a lot of people moving. Uh, however,
And
no, go ahead.
it's also like after sundown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they go to bed at sundown on like a normal day. So they're just like fuck.
TOC, lost their glasses, past their bedtime. This day's gone terribly. Had to buy produce. God. Uh,
They hate the universe.
maybe to make things worse, even with you have a very low stature to the ground. You're in between a lot of people's legs, constantly. Um, but to maybe make matters worse, there is a like I would say like the general shape and like maybe they walk close enough without noticing you to for you to like actually get a decent look at them, but that distinctly kind of looks like Seeker's fur and his sort of like hoof setup that has just walked past you
Mm.
at nighttime.
They're just mother. Okay. They have had it up to here with Seeker and his bad sleeping habits. With Arata, they had to track him all over creation. As Black Rose, they found him wandering the streets at 4 in the morning with like a sack of valuables. With, basically carrying a big sign saying, "Hey, lowlifes of the city, I'm an easy target." God.
I'm not denying any of these accusations.
Mm,
I never claimed
they're
him to be smart.
yeah, they're just like chicken swearing and chicken. Um, and they are going to dinosaur stomp their way over and go, "Young man, it is past your bedtime. I am tired of this."
Is TOC signing this?
Yes,
Would would TOC like to make another perception check?
sure. Also an advantage, or also a disadvantage.
Yeah, yeah. Hold on, I should probably make a perception check for to see if they even notice.
I said 12.
I mean, I sure as hell hope they notice. I just looked at their modifier. I sure as fuck hope they notice. Uh,
Ah, okay.
uh, TOC, even with a 12, um, Seeker appears to be wearing like some sort of like, dress or skirt today, and is a lot taller than you remembered. Maybe it's just like, oh, I don't know, maybe it's because you're tired and you're cranky, but he definitely seems a lot taller than normal.
Yeah, seeker in a dress, that's not like that's fine. But a tall seeker, that's unthinkable.
And Seeker, pauses and, sort of, looks down, and, you hear a very distinctly not Seeker voice go, "Oh, a chicken? What is something like you doing out here?" And, TOC, whoever this is, like, crouches down. They are still considerably taller than you, even while like this.
Mm.
and sort of kind of leans up. They're wearing like a really big hat, even though it's like the middle of the night. Not the middle of the night. It's past sundown, but it's dark out. They're still wearing a sun hat.
Mm,
And you can't really see their face, but these two roundish looking glowing eyes.
cool. It could they like clock that they just went up and started dressing down a random fae in the middle of the street?
Yeah, that's fair.
Cool, 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 cool. Actually, 11, yeah. Um, they do sort of like a blurry squint, like, oh, you're not my boy. And I mean, they didn't react to the fact that they were basically yelling, and sign language yelling is uh distinctive. So they're going to roll a d10, which is probably what they would have should have done if it was Seeger. And they pull out their notebook and they write, "Oh, excuse me. I thought you were someone else entirely."
You thought I was somebody else. Well, that's strange. I don't know many people who look like me.
Yep. Cool. Not only did they yell at a Fae, now a Fae is interested in them. And if it's not like a nice Fae, or like Mariz, or like a, a, the danger sense is pinging. Because this person seems really powerful.
Anyway,
They're just like, well, I mean, they don't want to say anything else about Seeger, like anything else. But they could mislead her. Like they could that is truly the one sort of advantage that mortals have over Fae is that they can lie. And they can also say things that sound true but aren't necessarily. So I think they write, yes, apologies. You look very much like my son. Yes.
oh, you have a son that looks like me.
Yup.
God. Hmm. Is it
They just sort of stand here in the hole that they are, like suddenly realizing they are digging.
is it the same sort of brown and grey pattern?
Among other things,
Huh.
I imagine a you but short. Anyways,
Oh, I can.
excuse me.
You
What?
see, I am actually here looking for my son.
Blink, blink. Oh? Oh, really?
He sounds quite an awful lot like yours, but it cannot be a guarantee they're the same person. I mean, no offense, but you are a chicken.
Yes, I am a chicken. They're just like, like imagine like the stressed Kermit face.
God. I look at my disgusting insight. But this is the first time I'm actually properly looking at this list. I looked at the base stats and went, yes, that, and then didn't question it further. God.
God.
Though it is rather curious that you've mistaken me for somebody else. I'm.
Oh, really?
Yes, I'm not exactly the most. She does like a gesture. Common figure.
Man, you are speaking to a chicken.
uh, she does kind of laugh like that. It's just like a soft little laugh.
Mm. I think that actually, like they're sort of like their discomfort doesn't lift entirely, but it does ease because that's a very nice laugh. Just
Yeah, man.
mm, I think they go. Well, I am missing my glasses. Um, if I see your son, I will keep an eye out. All of which is true information.
You wear
That last part wasn't
glasses?
signed. Say again?
You wear glasses?
Yes.
Huh.
Hence why I took a complete stranger in the street for a member of my family.
God, she's just giving me stare at chicken.
Chicken stares back. Eh, they know.
Do you need help looking for them? I
There
don't.
is a truthful answer to this question, and then there is the answer that they would like to give.
I.
Because objectively, yes, they do. But also, this like this is the sort of interaction that they're going to remember years ago and go, "Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Why did I do this?" Like at 3 a.m. laying awake at night, they're just like, "Fuck." I think they just sort of like awkward shrug.
Well, I will be honest. I do not think I will get much headway at. What time is it? And she kind of like looks up to the sky.
Night. It's night.
I was thinking exact hours, but night works.
they actually they pull they pull a pocket watch out from underneath their wing and they look at it and they actually give the right time.
Nice.
It's sort of like a steampunky sort of like you can see the gears and stuff. They just show it to her.
I have a question. Does it make a noise?
Probably, yeah. This would be the mending pocket watch that Juniper made them.
Okay. There's like a twitch of the ears, like she's like listen. She's basically caught the sound of this pocket watch, and her ears that poke beneath the veil on her sun hat, uh,
Mm,
just kind of give a little twitch. Oh, it isn't that late.
mm. they're handling it very carefully, but they do sort of like puff up with pride and like show it to her, like, yes, my my roommate made this for me. She's very talented.
Uh, this goat lady gives a nod. Yes, it looks very well done.
They actually hang on. They pull out out of their camera space, they pull out something round and white and they smash it on the ground and it is a raw egg and they go, "What's this?" And they hold the pocket watch near the egg and they set the hour hand back an hour and they cast the spell mending on the raw egg.
Hold on, I need to look how mending works. I just real fast. Oh, they're beloved. I don't think that's how mending works. I don't know if it works on like actual real life. That's like
On
technically an orc.
food,
I
why would
don't.
it not work on foodstuffs? You break the cake and then you make it. That I think.
I.
Like I don't think the egg yolk goes back into it, but like the shell would be whole. I'm pretty sure.
It doesn't say you can fix food. It doesn't say you can't fix food. It doesn't say you can't fix food. It doesn't say you can't fix organic matter.
I mean, I don't like. I feel like it's you couldn't use it on like a wound, but like it's not like a. It's just an egg magic. Like
I'm sorry. My mind went organic matter and just kind of blanked because it's usually used on like objects and not fucking
an egg
eggs.
is an object.
I do a gesture. We're getting off topic. We can argue about the semantics of using mending on eggs
Just
later.
wanted something funny for the chicken.
I'm sorry.
I just looked at their fumble chart and was like, yes, this is breakable.
I think this lady like picks like the egg off of the ground and like sort of
Mm,
it's comically small in her hands.
yep,
Like comically small.
it looks like a robin's egg.
It looks like a robin's egg. Uh but yeah. She kind of like holds it and just I will say she I'm trying to find words for this lady. Um like she doesn't it's not like marveling at it, but it's kind of like looking it over like, "Huh, that's neat."
Mm,
Curiosity positive. Let's go with that.
cool. Yeah, we just sort of like uh again they look sort of puffed up with pride and they like put the thing away and they're just like, yes. Like it's some of the like the social discomfort has melted away and they're just like, yes, look at this cool thing that my friend made me. Cause this like this at least is familiar to them. Like they love talking about the people that they love. That other nonsense with the mistaken identity and the accosting strangers in very aggressive ways is also par for the course, but this for some reason they're caught wrong-footed. They're just like, man, I like they have absolutely no like they are not handling this lady well for whatever reason. They're flustering themselves.
Man. That's fine. You just walked up to a whole ass Fae. It's a natural reaction. Anyway.
Yep. Yeah, they're just man. Anyways, they tuck the now empty L back in their hammer space, and they go, it's she's a mechanic. She's very good.
Ah, I do not know much about machinery, but I will take your word for it.
I That is understandable, frankly. I
God.
think they like sort of waffle and then they go, um, are you new to Toontown?
I have been here before. Oh my, it's been. I do not have very good perception of time. It's,
I do, do you want to see if they have like a wooden watch someplace?
no, I will be alright. I do not think I would be able to. I do not think I could stand the ticking sound for very long.
Ah, they put the watch back in their hammer space.
Regardless, do you need. Do you still need help finding your glasses?
Probably yes. Um, I did not realize how poor my eyesight was without them, I suppose.
I think this does get like a. You can tell by like the small like curvings of like the eyes. Like, yeah, she just kind of smiled at that.
Mm,
Well, again, I have nothing better to do.
were you looking for your child?
He will be fine.
Fair. Okay.
Alright. I suppose we should retrace your steps. And, this. How much tact does she have? This is probably not a good decision at all. But she's going to very gently pick up the chicken.
Mm, you know what? A 15 for history. Hey, Magic?
Mm-hmm.
A 15 for history.
A 15 for history. You know, TSC, you could have sworn you've seen someone before, who was around this tall now that you've been, like, properly picked up, and can kind of, like, judge how tall this figure actually is beyond your blurry glasses, or your blurry vision, um, who also sort of wore a veil and a very large sun hat, and was also a satyr.
Hmm. I think they're going to look at their wrists in, like, because that other person that they may or may not have met would have scars on their wrists as if, I don't know, they got pecked very hard by a very irate bird of fowl of some sort.
Would you like to roll a perception?
Sure.
Not at disadvantage because you're probably close enough.
26.
26. You know, it's the darndest thing. Like her. her outfit, she's sort of why are both of these characters like this? She's wearing these sort of like fingerless gloves. Because like they do have like how like mittens like they can be like folded over to like fully encompass the hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's basically what her gloves look like. More meant for cold weather than like warm weather. But like while picking you up and sort of like adjusting you, her sleeve does sort of go down a little bit, and you do in fact see tiny little scars from where she would have been pecked by a very angry looking bird.
Mm. They're just like, wait a fucking second. Wait. Okay.
Brain
Do you want
blast.
to roll insight on the chicken?
Oh, would I? Hold on. Author. Okay, so that's a
Jesus.
21.
Alright. Okay, so.
Also, that modifier, you can probably imagine why Seeker in the past never thought he could actually get away with lying. Like, ever.
Mm,
God, anyway.
man, alright. So, hey, the bird in her hands, uh, first, there's not necessarily like an angry reaction, but like there's a defense, almost a defensive reaction when they're picked up. Um, but they sort of steady themselves, like, no, it's fine. They seem used to this. And then like they blink up at her, and something sort of like dawns on their face, like a kind of like strange recognition. And then they, for some reason, they look down at her wrist, and then there's definitely recognition, specifically on the very tiny scars that you got from uh from a farm animal owned by one of your son's friends.
Oh, fun! Uh, God. Oh boy, what do I want to say? I lay down. Oh boy. I'm gonna make this hilarious. Listen, there's a common thread between both this person and Seeker. Uh, one single common thread.
Oh yeah,
Misinterpretation. Anyway.
great.
Uh, she is going to baseline assume that's just like, yeah, uh, this is a small chicken. They probably have friends this size. Of course. Totally normal mortal stuff. Definitely. Uh, and she just, oh, those are nothing. They've healed for quite a while now. And she sort of like pulls her sleeve down again. I don't, I don't suppose you would know the chicken who did that, would you? I'm joking.
Another insight, please. you want with a 36?
That's a nat 20 36.
Mm. So the chicken looks up at you and then down at the stars, and they open their beak to say something, and they just sort of like cock their head, like, um, like they don't say anything yet, but you can tell that they're like they're going to have to treat that question seriously for some reason. Um, you can also tell that something about that was extremely shocking, and there's this sort of like reeling and like considering things that have happened in their life, and just sort of like what, what, what? Wait, what? Yeah, so there's a chicken having a crisis in your hands. What do you do?
Are you quite alright? Do you need to go sit down somewhere?
I'm being held. There's no more sitting down than I already am. Have you ever been? And they stop. And with a 36, you can probably tell that this whatever question they're about to ask feels really important to them. Have you ever been to a place called the Bog of Bewilderment?
Hmm. God, would she remember the name? She remember the name? Fuck.
I mean, there's only so many swamps in Inkwell.
Now this is more of like the cultural thing. Hmm, perhaps? I was at a bog once. Oh, that's actually the reason I was in Inkwell in the first place all those years ago.
How how many years ago? And with a fucking 36, you can tell that they're hanging on to your every word as you answer this question.
Oh,
They desperately want to know.
Arthur, Arthur the lore.
Mm-hmm.
I, Arthur, please. I don't, God. Fuck do I say this? Oh, right. I can totally remember. It's not late. This wasn't a sudden FPS or anything.
Sorry, we just had some clown communication.
clan communication. She kind of like stares off into the distance with like a squint. Uh, I do not know.
Ah,
I assume it was years, but time escapes me again and again.
ah. I Okay. Thank you. Also, sorry about the scars. That was me, I think, maybe.
she she just kind of, God, there is a very honest look of confusion.
In my defense, you were reaching towards my kid, and I was very jumpy in those days. They're
I
back to doing the Kermit face, like, yep, they just said that while the Fae was holding them. That's fine, probably.
uh I am unsure how to respond to that.
I get that a lot.
I do not know enough about chicken lifespans to say much.
I am abnormal. Um, but I think maybe years ago there was a little toon girl who knew you very well and loved you. And thank you for that because she didn't get enough of that. Not like she deserved.
God, there's I lay down, author. You know, for an FPS about finding TSC's glasses, we sure haven't done that.
We have not moved a single foot.
We have not.
We you picked up the chicken and then we stalled hardcore.
I, you're welcome, I suppose. Do you still wish to find your glasses, or
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good step towards all of my life goals actually. Yes, that would be nice.
she just kind of like gives a nod, and TOC, you're being very gently held in like the crook of an arm, like a little, like a fucking football.
Mm-hmm.
Little baby
They're like,
football.
this is fine.
This is fine. All right. Where were you just?
They sigh. The grocery store.
Is it? This woman is like insanely tall. I can't remember her exact feet, but it's like 9, 10 feet tall.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yes, they appreciate that very much.
uh, and I'm just going to use this 26 in perception and like passive perception. Don't worry about it. Is it that one over there?
Yep.
Oh, I suppose that would be the place to start then. And she starts like making her way like through the crowd. It's surprisingly bustly for this late at night. Um, and TSC, this woman moves like hellishly slow. You'd imagine for her size, like, you know, bigger steps and all. No. TOC, you could walk faster. Uh, you, the chicken, who is like 3 feet tall, could walk faster than
I
this.
mean, they can walk faster than most people who aren't seeker. Um, I think they're like they're just like I fighting the urge to be like, okay, let's switch. I'll carry you.
Oh boy. No, you're being carried along by this giant fey lady, who has to like
Mm.
basically duck to go through the doorway.
Mm,
Uh, and I'm not gonna give us like any complicated stuff, but yeah, we are now in the dreaded grocery store.
mm. They very reluctantly sign, "It'll be near the vegetables." And then they're like, wait, shit. I need to write that. I need to say it again.
God.
Mm. They do so, and then they just sort of like, they're settling into like, almost like, um, hmm. They're sort of like, whenever someone gives her an odd look, they like turn their head and glare and until they shrink back, and then they go back to just sort of like, yep, we're going this slow.
Listen. Anyway.
Hey, what's worse than like a cranky chicken, and what's worse than like a huge fey lady? How about a huge fey lady with a chicken on her in her arms
Yeah.
that's looking like it's going to kill your family?
Yeah, she like slowly makes her way over to the vegetable section. These vegetables look real small from this angle.
Hmm.
God. I just remembered something completely off topic. I'll tell you afterwards. Cuz it's a funny story. But
Cool.
uh would you like to give a perception check to see if you can find your glasses here?
Sure. At disadvantage? Oh,
Yes.
not that they need it.
Please, I'm dying to see what the lowest number is. Anyway.
No, that's a 10.
That's a 25. All right. POC, you just see a bunch of green. There's so much green here.
Mm.
Uh,
Like, they're just like, well, it appears that none of the potatoes are wearing my glasses.
and this goat lady who you've never asked the name of, or even asked for like a call by name, uh,
Mm.
just kind of like sits there and like stares at the produce and stares at the produce and just fucking stares at the produce before reaching in and grabbing what distinctly looked like a pair of glasses and hands it to you. Do you see these are not your pair of glasses? They are these big, like chunky nerd glasses and not at all your little grandma glasses?
They sort of take them and look at them and they go, these are not my glasses.
They alright, uh
Why is there more than one pair of glasses in this produce section?
is it this pair of glasses? And she pulls out another pair of glasses from the produce that are distinctly not yours.
TUC is like, you are not going to like my answer, unfortunately.
I. Oh dear.
What is wrong with this produce section?
You're better. You're more familiar. You're better acquainted with Angkor than me. Uh, typically, are vegetables supposed to be wearing glasses?
They open their beak to like, or they raise their arms to say emphatically no, and then they stop because they've actually met Dr. Broccoli from Enter the Graveyard.
What?
And I'm pretty sure Jade had them wearing glasses.
God.
And they go, this is Unquote. It's a magical place where all sorts of things happen. They say it as if it's some sort of like great inconvenience. The way that someone might be like, "Oh yeah, the turnpike's always backed up with traffic."
Well, I don't believe that solves our problem. Uh, and she reaches into the produce at a different section. She's walking down this fucking aisle. Uh, pulls out another pair of glasses that are not yours. they look
They're just
they look like those like child glasses that you get when you're like really young that are like sparkling pink.
mm, they're like, well, those are adorable, but okay, stop that. It's not helping. I appreciate, but no.
I I hate to inform you, but this produce section is just full of glasses.
TFC just like buries a head knowing like why. Then they actually they very like quickly squiggle like up a drawing of what their glasses look like, and they go, "Ma'am, would you happen to have the spell locate object?"
Hold on. I do not.
Cool. They just sort of look around the aisle, apparently full of glasses that they can't see, and they're just like, "Why? Why? I don't understand."
I wish I could tell you, but I cannot. She is going to try to like find the glasses based off of the thing, which is actually a different roll, which is investigation and not perception. So no fun modifier for me. That's still a 22. She kind of like she's walking through the section, apparently looking at all of these glasses, and goes, "Oh, perhaps these are it." And she has to like physically kneel down on the floor again because she's too tall. She's too tall for this shit.
Mm.
And TSC, you're close enough to identify this as the kale section. And she pulls out a very familiar pair of glasses.
They they just point, like almost like a pointer hound, like those are them.
And she hands them over.
Mm. And they put them on very satisfyingly. And then something occurs to them, and they look at her hand because they have wireframes.
Oh God, are they metal?
Yup.
Shit. Uh,
Can they roll perception to see if she's burned her hand?
sure, go ahead.
25.
25. No, but you do see like a distinctive, very small fingerprint. Like of where someone pinched glass on your glasses.
Mm. I think that while they're thinking about it, they pull out a little tub of burn salt, and they go, "Here, I keep this on my person for my son. I have way too much of this stuff at home, though. You should take this for when you run into to metal and things."
She kind of like blinks at it. Uh, what
Freely given.
what type of container is it in?
It's in glass.
Is it like homemade?
It's like one of those like old fashioned like tiny mason jars.
Mhm.
It's like the seal is like cheesecloth that's like bound. Like it's made to be seeker friendly.
Huh. Yeah, she like takes it. Well, I suppose this could be considered payment for the favor. A joke. Uh, and she takes it to like hold in her hands and like kind of look over.
Mm. It's actually there's a homemade paper like label on it that says uh goat salve, please use for the love of God.
This
And they sign or they write that is intended um for the person I thought you were.
well, they seem more injury prone than I am.
It's mm, a mixture of unthinkingness and disregard for his own well-being. We're working on it.
Sounds like my own son. He used to pick up iron-bound books because he wanted to read them. Honestly, it it was a very strange situation. I still do not see why he didn't just use a cloth. Regardless, uh, she takes a salve and puts it into her dress pocket. Yes, her dress has pockets. It's amazing and great. Anyway,
All the best dresses have pockets.
all the best dresses have pockets. She puts them in her pocket and just thank you, truly.
They nod through the crisis that they're having. Like it's sort of like that, like okay, thumbs up. Yep.
I think she just like lets out one of those like laughs again. Cause mortals are very strange little creatures, aren't they? Anyway,
God,
and
man, TUC wants to say something. They don't know what, but something. Like they don't even know what they know. This is ridiculous, but like it's her. It's her. Why the fuck is it her?
you know, I do not think I ever caught your name.
Oh, I don't have a name, just a title. And they sign. You can call me TOC.
They sign.
They sign. They pick up the notebook and they flip to the introduction that they have uh like pre-written, and it says, "Hello, I am the ticked off chicken."
I lay down and how. Anyway, uh, she like blinks and goes, ah, apologies. I probably should not have asked that.
I understand. Force of habit.
Force of habit. It's taken an awfully long time to try to break it.
They just sort of look at her like,
God.
God. They have so many questions and they have no fucking clue how to say any of them. shake my bird.
God.
Like they want to freak out, but they also don't want to freak out, and they want to grill this person, but also she's surprisingly nice and like kind and. Uh, I think that they go. It. Would you like help looking for your son? Because I may have some ideas where he may be.
Do you?
Let's see. Um, the meta's narrative will be closed, quote unquote. Um, he did. Seeker did leave the morning after the events of Floriography, right?
Yeah.
Yup. Did he at all mention where he might be?
Nope.
Cool. Can they roll an insight on Seeker to be like they're pretty sure it's the library, but also any others he might like.
Sure, go ahead.
26.
Damn. My boy really can't hide anything from this chicken. Uh, TOC.
Yes.
Uh, would we like to cut to the next FPS? Because this might be a good segue.
Oh no, are you going to make me do TOC on top of the entire crew?
No, no, I'm not. But that's where he would have been last, basically. Like, this is what he was doing after, like, probably not immediately, but, like, soon-ish, and then, if it's, if it's less complicated, he was technically going out of town.
No, I honestly like this.
God.
I'm just like,
Also, this is, like, alright, how I'm imagining this is happening, like, uh, basically the next FPS would have been TOC, like, alright, this is the last location Seeker's been seen in. However, he's not there when she gets here. Because I think it's funny if they keep just barely missing each other. So,
I mean, we could say that that happens like off screen. Like they're just like, well, they're either at the library or, and then it cuts to the next one.
yeah. Oh boy. But, yeah, man. I
God,
guess it's the end of the FPS now. This is fun.
this has been fun. It's been very stressful for the bird.
Very stressful for the bird. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I mean, God, God. Catch you next time, folks.
Goodbye.
Good boy.